In 2019, R. Kelly was arrested on federal sex crime charges.
I'm ready to just tell my truth.
He faces 2 federal and 2 state trials.
He didn't do it alone. There was an enterprise.
Bodyguard, entourage, assistants.
They were sick just like him.
Kelly was charged with a criminal enterprise under the RICO statutes, the way they get the Gambinos and the Genoveses.
I have to walk into that courtroom. I didn't want to see his face.
I wanted to call the police, but I was terrified.
We were not just doing a protest. We were shifting the paradigm.
Everyone in R. Kelly's operation needs to go to jail. Everyone.
This is something unprecedented in the history of popular music, with, I believe, hundreds of victims. I now know 69.
For the first time, we're hearing of a John Doe.
Prosecutors say Kelly sexually abused teenage boys.
It was a bringing together of the collective power of the voices.
We had to talk to lots of women who weren't willing to come on camera.
You know, this goes back to Aaliyah.
Aaliyah's name was said for the first time in a criminal court.
And of course, she's not alive to tell her own story.
This is how much fan I am of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly.
I was the first girl, and nobody believed me.
His entourage wanted these women's allegations to be snubbed. I said, well, don't you have my daughter? And she said, yes.
You will never know where she is.
The testimony is just horrifying to read.
It is probably the most horrific audio and video that I've ever heard in my life.
It felt evil.
The punishment would be to smear her own excrement on herself, to eat it.
Here it is, I'm finna face the man that violated my daughter.
He's a predator, and a predator need to be put down.
Free R. Kelly. Free the king of R&B.
He's looking at my daughter with the weirdest look on his face.
I was in the studio, and he questioned me with the gun.
He said, don't fuck with Mr. Kelly.
They threatened to kill my daughter. They threatened to come into my church.
This was a racketeering trial, organized crime charges.
My house was attempted to be set on fire.
We had a big boom. This car is getting thrown up.
You gonna kill everybody in the house?
How did he get away with this for 30 years?
I've never seen somebody beat trial twice.
He shook me, he pushed me down the stairs. I was scared out of my mind.
I can only imagine the trauma that that woman has, and then coming out and everyone knowing who she is.
The little piece of me that wanted him to get some help, it just went out the window.
Kelly will go down in the history of popular music as the worst criminal predator ever.